It's me again. I want to talk to you today about how to pet sit. So, if somebody's asked you to watch their reptile, this will mostly be based on bearded dragons, but a lot of it I think you could apply to other reptiles as well. So, let's get right to it. You're watching Midwest Lizard Mom. The first thing you're going to want to do is prepare before they arrive. So, here's a checklist of things that you will want to get ready. Number 1, check with the owner on their feeding schedule and their diet. So you want to make sure you can stick to that as well as you can. Move an empty enclosure into the room away from your reptiles. Make sure that everything is cleaned really, really well. So you'll want to clean everything that goes inside of the enclosure as well as the enclosure itself. You'll want to get the enclosure set up before they arrive. So any lighting that you need, UVB, heat, anything that you need to get set up, you'll want to have that all ready before they come and make sure it's heating before they arrive so it's warm. If they do require heat, bearded dragons do. Geckos, depending on your house, they might not. So depends on the species, of course. Now let's talk about quarantining your animals. So I do have a video that I plan to do on this regarding when you get a new animal, why we quarantine and how to do that. But when you are pet sitting, you'll also want to make sure that you keep them separate from your other animals. So your collection should be as far away from that animal as possible. My collection's upstairs. The bearded dragon that I am pet sitting right now is downstairs. So they are on completely opposite floors and far away. When I clean their items are not anywhere near each other. We're not using the same feeding utensils, things like that, because I want to make sure that there's no cross-contamination. If the reptile you're going to be taking care of is a social reptile like a bearded dragon, it's a good idea to try to meet them beforehand with the owner. So if you can stop by, or if there's somebody who takes their pet with them, make sure that you meet beforehand so they are familiar with who you are and they are not completely shocked. Great news, they're here. So next, you'll want to get them in their enclosure. Go ahead and have the owner put them inside. Again, you want to make sure that they have a good handoff. Wait a couple of hours before you feed them to make sure that they are warmed up before you feed them if they're a reptile that need heat to process their food. For example, bearded dragons, they need 2 hours of heat before they eat and 2 hours of heat after they eat in order for them to properly digest their food. So they'll need that basking time. It's really important. That's why you don't want to handle them right after they eat, because they could regurgitate and you don't want that. You'll want to stick to their schedule. So that means their lighting schedule, their heating schedule, and if they're an animal that seem to enjoy handling or have been handled a lot by their owner, you can handle them if they're receptive. If they're not, just back off. This isn't a time for you to bond. It's a time for you to take care of them for the person that's asked you to do so. Now I'm going to have some video of me feeding Kaiju and also feeding Mushu. Mushu's the dragon that I'm watching for my friend Jess. You'll notice a very big difference in how enthusiastic they are about eating and how quickly they eat. So enjoy this feeding montage. So that's it. I hope that this was helpful for you if you're thinking about pet sitting or fostering a pet. Some of these things could also apply. Just make sure the important thing is to keep the animals separate. Reptiles typically aren't social anyway, but it's also just for their health that it's a good idea to keep them separate. I do want to close by also saying thank you so much lately for the really nice comments I've been getting. I've gotten some really great comments in the sections, and it really means a lot to me. Sometimes I make a video, I put a lot into it, and I just kind of go, is anyone actually watching these? So to know that people find this helpful, sometimes hopefully entertaining, it means a lot. So thank you so much for commenting. And also, I was at a convention recently, and I taught people how to make origami. One of the origamis I made was a dragon origami. I also made some other things, but just wanted to share that this is something that I did and I hope to do again. So hope you're having a great weekend, and you'll see me next time. I won't see you, but I will see you in the comments. Thanks. Bye.